So WhatsApp is one of the leaders in mobile communication, and I've been using it personally for quite a while for both business and personal use. And I've come up with my list of top 10 tips to get the most out of WhatsApp. Let's jump in. So tip number one is the desktop version of WhatsApp. I think a lot of us are used to using WhatsApp on our phone, and certainly that is where the power really is. But did you know there's also a web interface and a desktop app that is available if you just head over to whatsapp.com, and I'll even put a link in the description so you can head right over there. And it takes you to the main page, and you can see right up here, we can log in. And when you click on that, it'll take you to a QR code, and it tells you exactly what you need to do. You go to WhatsApp in the bottom right-hand corner, you click on your settings. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see linked devices. You'll say link device, allow camera access, enter your PIN code. Then you just scan the QR code, and then it links up there. And there you have it. Now you can see on your desktop, you have all the past communications added there. You can go into any of the conversations, talk just like you normally would. You can add photos, do screen shares, whatever you want. But to get even more functionality, more full functionality, you want to download the WhatsApp app for your computer. It'll download that, run the installer. Once again, it's going to take you to ask you to log in. And that's it. Brings up those same chats once again. So now we can click in there, continue any of the conversations, and bounce back between all of them. One advantage of the Windows or desktop app is on the desktop app, you can also do video and voice calls, which you can't do on the web version, but still has all your conversations and everything you need right in there. Tip number 2 is to share your location. So if you're out and about and you're talking with somebody that you're meeting up for coffee or whatever, you can share your location so that they can find you directly through the WhatsApp app. In order to do that, while you're chatting with someone, so I'll just open up a random one here, you can click on the plus button to the left of the chat message, and then you'll see across the top, this is where you share photos or camera, and then they also have location. So if you tap on that, and then a map will come up showing you where it identifies that you are at. And then you could either just tap share live location, and then it'll send that to them, or you could select a location nearby. If you were meeting them up at a coffee shop and you're not there yet, you could do it that way. Tip number 3 is to keep track of important messages. Maybe somebody sent you something that you want to keep track of, and you want to remember that. There's an easy way to do this. So there's a message here, and let's say I want to save that. If you tap and hold that, you can reply directly, you can forward, copy, but you could star it so that stars that for later, so you can go back and find that very easily. If you star a message, then you go into settings, and you can see right here it says starred, and there's the message that we starred right there. So that's a nice way to keep track of any important messages that you need to keep track of. So my 4th tip is you can set custom sounds for different chat groups. So to do that, we just open up the chat that we want to set a custom sound for. So let's say I want to set for my friend here. You just tap and hold the contact name or number. You have a bunch of different options here, but what we want to do is go to notifications and alert tone. Right now it's on the default, but if we click that, now we could set a specific alert tone. And now every time I hear that tone, I know that it's from that specific person. Tip number 5, along those same lines, you could set a custom wallpaper for each individual person. So when you first open that up, it has something different in the background for different conversations, because sometimes you get lost in where you're at. So same sort of way, we just click on their name or number at the top, press and hold, and then you'll see chat theme. You click on that, and here you can select something different. Let's say I want this kind of purple look, and boom, just that easy. And we set theme, and there you go. Now we have a different theme for that chat. Now, as I'm sure you know, the more that you use WhatsApp, the more groups that you get added to and the more conversations go on. And you might have a group of these friends or a group of this friend. And sometimes the notifications can get out of control, but you do have important messages coming through. So you can actually mute individual conversations or chats with people if you want to eliminate some of those notifications. The message, you'll still get the messages, they'll still be there, but you just won't be notified for them. So let's say here, like this WhatsApp chat there that just has kind of news and information that pops up. If you swipe to the left, you can see it gives you the 3 dots for more. We click on that. And here we just tap on mute. And then you can select whether you want that to mute for 8 hours, 1 week, always, whatever you want. So let's say I just want to mute that always. And then it gives you a little icon there, a little bell and a slash through it. So I know that conversation is muted and I won't be notified of that. Tip number 7 is disappearing messages. So you can actually send messages that only last for a certain duration of time. And you could either have that be as a default setting or in individual messages. And I'll show you both options. So let's say we go into a conversation here. Again, you tap on the contact information. Over here, you could turn on disappearing messages, and you could set whether it's 90 days, 7 days, 24 hours. Let's say 24 hours. Now, every time I send a message, and it says it right down there, it'll disappear 24 hours after I send it. Now, you can also go into the settings, go to privacy, and turn on default message timer. And then you could set this for all messages that you send out will delete after 7 days, 90 days, whatever you want. Tip number 8 is you can allow photos to only be viewed once by the recipient, and then it'll go away. So to do this, I'm just going to go into this family group, and we're going to click on the camera icon, find a photo to add, and then you can see down here where you can add the caption. There's also a little 1 icon. You tap on that, and it says set to view once. Okay. And now when you send that message, anybody in that group can only view it once, and then it goes away. Click OK, and you send it. And just like that, it has a one-time view. Now, keep in mind, this does not prevent people from screenshotting the photo that you send. So just be aware of that as well. Tip number 9 that I have found to be extremely useful is you can turn off your read receipts. So anytime that somebody sends you a message and you look at it, it'll stamp that with the date and time that you read that. What you could do is go into the settings, go to privacy, and we're just going to scroll down here, and you see it says read receipts, turn that off. So now when you look at any messages, it will not stamp that with the date and time that you read that. Kind of handy. And tip number 10 kind of goes hand in hand with that, is you can add reactions or replies to individual messages. So instead of letting people know that I read that, sometimes I'll just react to it. Maybe I don't have anything to say about it, or I don't have an answer to them. I could just react to it, and I'll show you how to do that. So we'll just go into our messages, the one we just sent or the photo. And if you tap and hold it, it'll give you a list of emojis, and you can either type a reply. Sometimes big conversations, you can reply to individual messages, but you could also just go thumbs up or whatever emoji. And then that way they know, hey, I saw this, I got you, I'll give you an answer to it later or whatever. And you could punch that in there that way. And those are my top 10 tips and tricks for WhatsApp to maybe add more functionality, more privacy to your WhatsApp usage. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.